All right, everybody, welcome back to the best hour of their day. I am here with a return guest. Good dude. Man, I'm very proud to call a friend at this point, Dave Colina from O2 Recovery. And I wanted to have him back on because I just found out they launched a pretty fucking awesome new initiative, dude. I don't know how else to describe it, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into. But thanks, bro. I know you're busy, so thank you.
No, man, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here.
So real quick, give us a recap on the 50-50 profit share that you guys have done thus far.
So I think last time you and I talked on the podcast, it was about a week into our community coalition initiative, and O2 had started to contribute 50% of its profits to gyms that had a member use their unique code on our website, drinko2.com. And so we'd seen a tremendous amount of success and a really, really positive response from that in the first few days where we launched it. And so we reached out to a few other brands, first of which was Born Primitive, to get involved and basically honor that same 50% profit contribution to gyms as well. And so they got involved, and they were our first partner. And I was talking with Bear right before they kicked it off, the weekend before they kicked it off, because we were sort of rapping about how to do this on a Saturday and how to do it the right way. And he had reached out to Jason Kalipa, who said effectively, we'll take all the help that we can get right now.
Yeah, and he was just on the podcast 2 days ago.
So. Nice, awesome.
Yep.
And he said something that Bear and I talked about, but we couldn't really act on it then, but it planted the seed for what we're doing now, which was, this is great. And this allows us to kind of keep some cash coming in from retail. But at the end of the day, if you guys can do something for retention, like that's what we're all worried about right now. That's what everybody's talking about. That's what everybody's worried about. And so Bear and I talked about that, and we're like, let's get the coalition initiative off the ground. Let's see what we can do there. And then we'll come back to the retention piece if and when the time is right. And so we got the coalition effort off the ground, and I'm sure most people have heard that's been really, really successful so far. We've raised well into the six figures for gyms, and we've had since Born Primitive, we've had Peoria as a partner. We've had a meat snack brand called Chomps as a partner.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, Chomps was on board. Tupood last week, and then this week is the final week with Bear Complex. And so about a week ago, I started to think through, that seed that Jason Kalipa had planted, and that's what got us to this initiative that I think we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, which is really, I mean, like when you sent it to me via text the other day, I was like, dude, that's like over the top good. And it makes sense, right? So like as an affiliate owner, I look at it, and when you text me and when Bear texted me before, like both of you guys, I could tell that you cared because you're like, what do you think? And my response since day one, I'm like, I said, I think anything is a great idea. Like just the effort that, it's just like, hey, how do you be a good coach? Care. Like everything else take care of itself. Like same thing with what you guys are doing. Like you're trying, and, and I think you guys would probably agree. It's just like, yeah, the profit share is amazing, but how much are we moving the needle? Like how much is any one gym going to get? And it's like, and I don't say this at all to be cavalier or to say that I'm not grateful, because we totally are. But at the end of the day, I don't know that revenue is gonna save a business from going under, right? So when you sent me this, which is based on retention, I'm like, that makes sense, because let's just say I'm getting profit share from O2, and I'm like, how many of those cases does it take for me to equal one member?
Right.
Like it's a lot, it's
sure.
a lot. So that when you sent me that, I was like, okay, now you guys are on to something, and I don't want to know what it's going to cost you guys. That makes my brain hurt, but let's talk about it. So I'll let you pitch it, but I think everybody kind of has an idea of what this is going to look like.
Yeah. Yep. So I can quantify that for you because I did it right before we launched, and it made my brain hurt too. But we have kind of gotten the band back together, so to speak, and we've partnered with Born Primitive and Peoria and Bear Complex to collectively offer a $100 gift card to every gym member in America who keeps their membership active through the month of May and belongs to a qualifying coalition gym. And so the qualifying coalition gyms at this point it's any gym that has participated in our 50% profit sharing initiative. And at last count, there were about 2,500 gyms. So as long as,
over, what is that? Over, that's like 40% of the gyms in America, pretty much.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And so as long as that gym has seen at least one code use on either O2's website or Born Primitive's website or Peoria's website or Bear Complex website, they qualify. And qualifying means they can offer a $100 gift card to every single one of their members who retains through the month of May. So it's I think your exact response when I texted you that was holy shit. And this is
yeah, I think that is verbatim.
That's been a very common response to this. And we're really proud of that. You know, we think that we can make a meaningful difference, and hopefully it's not too late. You know, we announced this yesterday, so we're trying to get ahead of any gym membership cancellations, and this is our way of helping mitigate that risk.
Well, I mean, so Virginia is, I don't want to talk about it, but so like most people are either finishing month one or finishing month two, right? Yeah. So like, I think most gyms could probably get away with a month. Once you get into month two, now you really got to resort what it is that you're doing. And this is probably when most people are going to see some degree of attrition off of people who are supporting their brand, right? Because obviously this is hitting everybody. So I personally see it as very timely because that's an incentive to keep people involved. And while, again, it's one of those things where it's just like most people just look at it and they're okay, well, that's for most, we'll call it 50% of a gym membership roughly. It's probably a little bit more. It's probably closer to 60 if you're on the average. And it's like, that's a significant, and if that allows a gym to keep 10 members, you're talking about serious revenue here, right? And to me, I look at that and I'm like, I think people would retain their membership for that. They'd be like, that's cool. Like I'm down with that. Like I'm going to get something significant for my support. And I think it's really cool, dude. And to me, that speaks volumes for like how much you care. Because I mean, I don't know if you guys toss this around, but there's always people that are judgmental to look at it. Like, well, you're just trying to sell product. Sure. And it's like, well, at this point, you're not selling anything. You're just giving stuff away for free. So in order to support the boxes. So I'm again, and I told you this the first time we talked, like I'm personally grateful, but I also think like this is pretty cool, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, we're pretty proud of it. I mean, I do think, you know, we obviously belong to a box, and most of our friends do too. And so the experience that we had and heard about was, yeah, April's a no-brainer. We're definitely going to stick around. And in my house, we're going to stick around as long as it takes. But some of our friends are like, you know, the Zoom calls, that's cool and everything, but do I really want to do this in May? And so these are the conversations that we want to insert ourselves into and make it an easy no-brainer for people who are on the fence. Yeah, you do want to do this in May because it makes it's a good thing to do. You can support your gym owner, and we believe, at least at O2, gym owners are among the most important members of our society. These are the people responsible for keeping us fit and healthy. And if we've ever needed those people more, it's now, right? We need these people more now than ever.
So you and I would agree that gyms should fall in the essential business buckets.
I mean, I would personally, for sure. You know, when we look at what's happening.
I just bring that up because we were talking about this. Everybody who's listened to this podcast at least once knows how salty I am about this. But I do agree. You know, like if you look, this is particularly important as we start to see more and more data about the deaths and the demographic of people that are dying, and you know, whatever it is, 94% of them have multiple comorbidities. And for people who don't know what that means, is like multiple health risk factors, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, obesity, clinically or morbidly obese, like all these things that gym owners solve that problem. Those are the people that are dying. And the other one that I saw that's actually really interesting, because this was the same for H1N1, is if you look at the statistics with regard to vitamin D deficiency, people who are not even good, who just have like adequate levels of vitamin D, almost unanimously fall in the mild case category.
Interesting.
You know, so, but that's what gym owners do. It's like, we make people healthy. We tell them to get outside and do all these things so they get vitamin D. So yeah, I would agree with you. They're essential. They're a hell of a lot more essential in the ABC store. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And so, I think that we as a society, we need gyms to open back up, and
yeah,
we need gyms to stay in business. And so hopefully, this helps people who are on the fence about their membership get off the fence and stick around through the month of May. That's the intention.
I think it's timely. I think it's really, really cool because this really speaks to your intention. At least when at first glance, I was like, okay, you guys, that's again above and over, and just, I would have never even thought of that. Like, and I own an affiliate. I'm like, well, what could you guys do to help? And I'm like, okay, well, that's like, I would have never come up with that idea in a million years.
Well, hopefully it's a good one.
So
We'll see. The response
I mean,
has been really, really positive.
I think it's cool, man. And I think what has been cool for me to witness, and I get to see a little bit behind the scenes of it, is the overwhelming support. And this is for people that have kind of poo-pooed CrossFit and it's not a franchise model, all that stuff. Like, the number of entities that have stepped up to the table to try to keep this thing kicking and rolling and keep gym owners afloat has been really, really cool. And these are all privately owned businesses that are going out of their way to make sure that the community that they support and they serve doesn't fold. And you don't see that in some of these other franchises that everybody wants to stroke right now.
I think that's right. What I was telling somebody earlier today, whether it's been from a gym member or a gym owner or a brand, we've seen so many different types of people uniting behind this community. It's like we've never been so excited to be in the community as we are right now, and we've always been pretty jazzed. Like we're a brand that's rooted in CrossFit. It started that way because I was coaching CrossFit before O2 launched, and then a bunch of my friends who own gyms started carrying the product. That was the rooting. So we've always been pretty jazzed to be in the community. But this has been seeing the community's response to just helping the community sustain itself has been so inspiring. And it makes it easy to have a conversation about offering a gift card to, potentially hundreds of thousands of people. That makes it easy to have that conversation with another brand owner who gets it. Bear over at Born Primitive gets it. Oliver at Peoria get it. The guys at Bear Complex, they get it. And they understand because they're rooted in this community too. So where we can help, we're committed to helping.
That's super awesome, dude. I think it's a cool initiative. It's been inspiring to watch, and it's been, for me personally, it always feels like every time one of these things comes up, it like comes at the right time for me. Cause I mean, I don't care who you are, like this shit will get you down, man. And it's just like, you're having a shitty day. And then you send me that text and I was like, that's awesome. Like that's good. There's still good people out there trying to do good shit, trying to keep a good community afloat and trying to be proactive about it. And I think that's cool. And it just reminds me, it's like head down, eyes up, like keep pushing and try to do the right thing. And I think it'll all pan out. So let's talk a little bit more about just kind of execution of this idea. Yeah. So everybody has questions like, well, how the hell do we figure this out?
Let me try to run through some of the top questions that we've been getting. So yes, it is $100 gift card per member. So that's the deal. That's the deal.
And if you're like, man, that sounds like a lot. Yes,
it is a lot. We did the math on that. And we're just estimating of the 2,500 gyms that we've got participating, if they've all got 100 members and every single one of those members retained and redeemed, this would be $20 million in gift cards. So it's a lot.
Shit.
Right, it's a lot. How this is going to work is that as long as a gym has a code that's been used on the four brands that are offering this, they're eligible and they can make the offer, and we want them to make the offer to their members today, right now. Tell your members, absolutely.
I sent out an email this morning.
Good, awesome.
Yep.
If there's any question around whether or not your gym's code has been used, go to drinko2.com/stay for May, and we'll address. We've addressed the questions to the best we can. On Monday, we sent out an email that went to everybody who had a code use. So if you think your gym has had a code use, check your inbox. If you don't see anything in there, feel free to contact us. Support at drinko2.com is probably the best way. Bear with us. We're getting tons and tons of inbound requests.
Yep.
The other thing that I would say too is how this is going to work logistically is we're going to leave it, only the gym is going to know which of their members have retained through the month of May. So at some point mid to late May, we're going to contact every gym owner who has a gym that's qualified to offer this. And we're going to give them details on how they can distribute those gift cards to their members the first week of June. And in the meantime, we're going to be making sure we've got all the inventory that we need to handle all the gift card redemptions.
That's awesome.
The responsibility, what we need from the gym owners is we need you guys to communicate this to your members, because you're the only ones with a direct line of communication to your members. And then we'll need you to distribute the gift cards. But hopefully that's not too onerous to ask. The other thing that I would
no, any gym owners are going to bitch about that and be like, listen, just shut your shit down. You don't deserve to have an affiliate. But the other thing that I think is cool about this, and I'm not sure that you guys thought about this, but as we're talking about, I'm thinking it through, is whether intentionally or unintentionally, what you all have done in this, act of kindness is really kind of put the ability to say thank you in my hands as an affiliate owner. Like the gift is, while it is from you, it is physically being presented by me, which I think 100%. Means more.
Totally. And we don't care who gets the credit. We want you to get the credit. So position this to your members however you see fit. But we want you to do the distributing. Last thing I would say is if there's a question or you don't think your code has been used, drinko2.com and bearcomplex.com are still honoring codes. The codes aren't active and aren't able to be used on Born Primitive or Peori sites anymore, but you can still use the code on drinko2.com or bearcomplex.com. Just buy something. You can get cases of O2 right now for $20. Buy something from one of those two brands, and you just need to buy one thing to get your gym eligible and to offer everybody who works out at your gym that gift card. But we need to see a code use by May 3rd. May 3rd is the cutoff date.
Listen, anybody, when he says $100, how many people in your gym, all of them who keep their membership are going to get $100 after this if they stay with you? Like, I don't know if there's a better way to say thank you. Like, no gym could do this on their own. Like, you just couldn't facilitate this in any way, shape, or form, something of that magnitude. Like, for me, that's like a lot of money, right? So just like you're talking about $20,000 that like we're able to give back to the community. Like, that's amazing. Now, for anybody who's on the fence, like if you're like, I don't know if I like O2, like, because I didn't realize this the first time we did the podcast, go to Whole Foods. It's offered there. Pick up a can, drink it. You'll feel better. And then give all your members the damn gift certificate for O2. So if you want to taste test it there first, like, go do it. But it's really, really good. This is dude. Thank you. Like, when we're gonna drop this podcast this week. Anything else that people need to know about any of this stuff?
I don't think so. We've tried to make it as clear as we possibly can. drinko2.com/stay for May. Our website is drinko2.com, and you can email support@drinko2.com. We'll get back to you, but hopefully we've made it as clear as we possibly can. But yeah, man, we're excited. We're excited to be in a position to offer it. We're excited to see how it goes. The response has been overwhelmingly positive. I shared the responses with you yesterday. It just feels good, man. It feels good.
I have no doubt. And again, I'll just do the thanking from all of the affiliates. Like, what you guys are doing is fantastic. And, truth be told, the affiliate community at this point is lucky to have you guys around. So if you guys, again, and if you guys go check them out, it's O2 Recovery. Is that the Instagram? I always forget.
Instagram's Drinko2 Recovery.
Drinko2 Recovery. Drinko2 Recovery on Instagram. But again, it's O2. Or Drinko2 is the drinko2.com. Is that it?
That's it. Drinko2.com.
Yeah, drinko2.com. So go check them out. And then and then you'll be able to give this to your members. So send an email out today. Like just I copied and pasted something out of that email and then sent it out. And then I'm going to make another Instagram post about it later. And this is going to be one where your members are going to be like, wait, what? Like it's like too good to be true. Yes. If you're like, this sounds ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Everything about it is ridiculous. So
it's not too good to be true. Yes, it's $100 per person, but you've got to announce it, and you've got to announce it like now.
Yeah. And this is one where I would really urge everybody, get over your fear of spamming your members with email. Like you need to do what you need to do to get this out, because like, again, if you can save 10 to 15 members, that's the difference between potentially opening the doors or not when this nonsense is over. So go ahead and do it. Your members will appreciate it, and they want to support you. So go ahead and do that. Awesome, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh yeah, man.
You're amazing. I owe you a lot of whiskey.
Oh man, let's go.
If you drink whiskey, then
100%.
I'll make it happen. Sweet. All right, brother. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And then, guys, check your email. If you didn't, hit them up. They'll get you the code if you haven't done it, and then take advantage of it.
That's right. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks for listening to Best Hour of Their Day. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First of all, it's free. How cool is that? There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, so it becomes super simple. Some of these episodes with Fern or Todd or myself chatting with one another, we've done right within the app itself. Anchor will make it easy to distribute your podcast to all platforms, Spotify, Apple, and many more. And you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make an awesome podcast in one place. All you have to do is download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. Come on, who doesn't have Spotify at this point? And if you were unaware, Spotify now is offering podcasts. That's right. On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite artists, but also podcasts in one place for free. Spotify has a huge catalog of podcasts on every topic, including the one you're listening to right now, Best Hour of Their Day. On Spotify, you can follow your favorite podcasts so you never miss an episode. Premium users can even download episodes to listen to offline wherever you are, something I always do before I hop on a plane. And you can even easily share what you're listening to with your friends on Instagram and other social media platforms. Here's the deal. If you haven't done so already, be sure to download the Spotify app, search for Best Hour of Their Day on Spotify, or browse some other podcasts if you want. You can find them in your library tab. And also make sure to follow me so you never miss an episode of Best Hour of Their Day. Thanks again for listening to Best Hour of Their Day, and thanks again to our special guest. We appreciate all you guys do for us with Best Hour of Their Day when it comes to sharing our posts on Instagram, when it comes to subscribing to us on YouTube, when it comes to the constant feedback. We are grateful and we appreciate it. We are trying to build a community based on coaching development and becoming the best version of yourself. And it goes without saying that we couldn't do without all of you. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Season 1 of Dropping In is out. We are getting tremendous feedback and we'd love for you to check it out. Leave us a comment on there. Head over to our Instagram. Give us a follow. Like our pictures. Feel free to share anything that resonates with you. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or feedback for us, please don't hesitate. Email us, besthouroftheirday@gmail.com. Thanks again. Until the next episode, we hope you've had the best hour of your day.